Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a project about my son starting track and field, and I feel like it has been forever since I have done a project centered around my son. I don't know about you, but I think documenting the teen years is a little bit trickier. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. So I am going to document the track and field story using the yes/no story kit and also the start story kit. So I'm kind of blending them together. I took this start story kit paper that's like brown and it says we believe in fresh starts, and so I put that pattern paper, or I think it was a journaling card, I put that down at the bottom, and then the yes paper I put above that. So I'm really going with kind of a pinkish coral brown color scheme based off of the track that the boys are running on. I thought about just going with more of like the neutral black and brown, but I really wanted to play up the red in the track photo. I also wanted to say that normally when I do these story crush type videos, I usually take all of my projects and put them into one video, and it makes for a longer video. And I think you guys have recently said that you prefer shorter videos, so I am just doing this one project for this kit, and that's it. I do have 2 more projects that I want to share using the start story kit, so I will share those later on. I had this really big title piece that I wanted to use, and I cut it out on my Cameo. It says starting right now. It was a digital stamp, and like I said, cut it out on my Cameo, and I'm just adding some foam pieces to it so that way it can pop off the page. And I'm also going to go with a ton of circles. I love doing circles and making clusters of various types of circles. That's like my go-to. And like I've mentioned before, Ali Edwards has really helped me to embrace this whole, it's repetitive, it works, just go with it. And I love that. So I am going with what works for me, and that is a circle design. I love these photos too. They were sent to me by a friend that was watching the track practice and also taking pictures of the soccer practice. But she's a friend and she sent me these photos and I loved them. So I was excited to make a story about my son doing track and field because it is pretty awesome that he's doing this, and my husband loves it too since my husband did it. I also took a digital stamp that says here's a story, and I cut it out on my Cameo, and I did not want to add the white stroke like I did for the starting right now. So that means these letters came out so small, and I am painstakingly adding them to the page. And I got to here's, and then I put a T because I thought it was going to say here's to something. I don't know how I got confused, but I got confused. And so I had to rip it up and I put down the correct phrase, which was here's a story. And I love how there's like the squiggly pieces on the H and the Y. I don't know what else to call them, but they're squiggly pieces. So I put that right above the photo, and then I also cut out with my Cameo several circles that I had made in Photoshop Elements. So I have one that's red that says yes, and then I said, but no, I stamped digitally, let's get started on this adventure, and then I just repeat stamped that, and then over on the left-hand side, I have another yes circle in brown, and then a pink one that says no better time to start, and then a quote that is in red. So I made all these digital circles, but knew that I wanted to add in some type of physical circles. So I went looking at my story kit stamps, and I found the Let Go story kit stamp has some great circles, and I can just fussy cut them out in a circle shape Of course, I could actually follow the shape and cut out each individual spoke, I guess you could say, but I'm not going to do that because that'd be too time consuming. Pulled out several different Distress Oxide inks so that way I could match the best red and also which pink. I knew it was probably going to be like a softer pink, and I also just love the fact that I was able to use pink on my son's layout because that doesn't always happen. And my goal is with my son's album is I'm starting to go back and kind of see what pages I have made, because I make pages all the time of my daughter and some of my son, but all the time I don't put them in albums, or I get behind on buying albums. I know I can't be the only one, but I'm starting to go back and kind of see where the gaps are, and then that way I can write down a list. Because my realistic goal would be to do one story special project about my son per month. That would be, I think, attainable. And anything else, we'll just see it in the family albums, or I don't know. But I think it's attainable to do just one project. So that's my thoughts. Again, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section. So I have everything all stamped in 3 different colors, and so I'm just fussy cutting out all of these shapes. And as you can see, I'm just doing the circle. I am not cutting anything individually, like the spokes or anything. No. That's just no, we're not going to do that. The whole point of scrapbooking lately for me is to make it go quicker. I'm really working hard on that. And I'm also researching, like, do I need a faster computer? Because I feel like I do. Because a lot of my planning is on the computer because I'm a hybrid scrapbooker. So I need a fast computer. All right, I'm back to the project, and I am tucking in the shapes, and I'm going to, for the most part, layer them behind the printed pieces, but I just love how these clusters came together. They are so phenomenal, and I love it. Circles and layering of different circles, and also just using your digital stamps to make a custom piece is the best, because all you do is you just take a digital stamp, turn it white, put it on your colored circle, and then lower the opacity, and it looks like it just blends right in, and it's perfect and easy. So for the cluster on the top right side, I have that word circle in pink, pop dotted the yes circle, and I also pop dotted one of the stamped circles that I did, and then I just cut off the excess that I didn't need, and then layered a brown circle underneath the yes. I'll move on to the other side with the very large cluster, and that's going to have a brown yes circle, and also the quote that says, "You don't need to be great to start, you need to start to be great." Loved that. And again, it was really fun to combine both of these kits, because when I was looking at my kits, I noticed that the colors from Yes, No work really well with Start, because the Start kit was very bright colors and didn't work so great. So kind of finding the toned down colors in Yes and No worked very well. Because I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to be able to make this work, but I made it work, and I love how this project turned out. So I'm almost done with all of my clusters, and the only thing that I'm going to add is, of course, a little bit of journaling, and then some word phrase stickers for like an actual physical embellishment. I always feel like, even though I'm a hybrid scrapbooker, I have to add something like physical. So for my journaling, I just said this was your first high school sport. You are on the track and field team, and you're definitely enjoying it because your really good friend, is there with you, and you're doing 2 field events. My son is doing the long jump and the high jump, and then 1 track event, the 400. Now, he's not doing the 400 anymore. He's doing the 200. But when he first started, the season, I think it was in the beginning of February, he was doing the 400. But I also just said I'm so proud of him, and I just love how this turned out. I'd love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Bye.